the exciting part, the bookings
Yes.
part. The reason why you have this property, why you put it in service accommodation, obviously is to get as many bookings as possible. Now, we often get asked from people, how do I see what bookings I have coming in? Well, we have a portal, don't we?
We do.
Which I'm just going to quickly show on my screen for my particular, the properties that I have with Guestz. So as you can see on here, it's a very straightforward portal. It tells me what future bookings I've got coming up. So 4 future bookings across the 2 on there with it. I can have a look at the availability calendar, click on them, where it would tell me what's coming up in the next few months with it. Not going to show on this, but I can also show my statements.
Yeah, you don't get to see that.
You don't get to see that. Previous payments, what payments I'm expecting coming up at the end of this month. So a real useful portal on it, and we will send this across at the start with instructions of how to use it, and go from there really on it with it.
Yeah, so you'll get, once everything's been set up, you know, you've signed your management agreement, your AML's been done, everything's all set, ready to go. We'll then send over your login details, and then you can just keep an eye out on your booking portal then.
So in terms of when you can expect to receive payments for your property, it typically falls on around the 23rd of every month, and depending on that day falls in the
and then it's always a month in arrears. Your booking that's in-house has to have paid and checked out fully for it to fall into that month. So if you know from your booking portal you've had a large booking in there, chances are the reason if you haven't had such a big payment that you're expecting, it will fall into the month after, just due to the checkout dates.
It's a common question that comes up, isn't it? Because a lot of people will say that they see the long booking and go, well, I haven't had payment for it on that, and it is because of that reason. You will be getting that payment. It might be you get a big lump sum. Sometimes we can do it where we can split it over months on it, can't we, if it's a particularly long one?
Yeah, because if a booking comes in through booking.com or Airbnb, they can actually book for 90 days. So that means we don't want you waiting 90 days for that payment. So what we will do is we will tend to part release some of the money. You know, people have mortgages to pay. We're not going to expect people just to cover that until they get their final payment after the 90 days. But then there will be a bigger lump sum at the end. So that's how we tend to work. It is a case by case.
And the 1 month in arrears just helps, you know, us as a company be able to, and you as a landlord really, to be able to really analyse that month before and how it performed and stuff on it. You know, years ago, when we were a smaller company and there wasn't many properties, we didn't have to do it in arrears on it, but sometimes it could be quite messy to really sort of analyse a particular month. This is much smoother really on it, and obviously once it's got gone, you don't notice it's in arrears.
That's it. It's just that first initial one when the property's going live, and then you're expecting that following month to have some payments because you know you've had bookings in there, and then it doesn't arrive. I think people then think, well, why aren't they paying me? And that is the reason, is it will come, but it'll be the month after.
It's a case of, you know, not panicking, but, you know, always welcome to speak to our team. You know, we mentioned the booking portal that you can go on there, but, you know, we do, if people do want to call us up and see, you know, how our booking's looking. We also have quarterly reviews.
We do.
With landlords, which have been a real popular feature these last couple of years, where we sit down and we go through the property.
We'll have a look at the occupation rate, your ADR. You can see how the ADR is increasing, and your occupancy throughout the year. So. And
you get to hear our plans of the future for it. You know, how can we increase ADR? How can we increase the occupancy? Is there particular events that are coming up that we want to tie in with it? You know, you as the landlord might go, you know what, like, do I need to invest a little bit into it? Do I need new furniture? You know, do I need to put that hot tub in now?
And it's great just to solely sometimes just have a catch up. Because obviously if you've had a really long booking in, we have bookings that stay for 12 months, 2 years. You know, you might not think, you know, you've got that steady income, but actually you've not spoken to us in 6 months. It's just nice to. We have some that like to have them every quarter, but some people just like to drop in for one a year, just as a little catch up really, and a chat. And
that's it. It's optional. You know, we'll put it in. You know, like I say, every quarter that email where it'll invite you into it. You know, but if you're busy and you can't make it, there's no problem.
There's always the next one.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And also, if you want another one in between those, you know, you can always pop us over an email. We're not set on those quarters. You can call up and just say, can we jump on a Teams? We're more than happy to do that whenever suits.
And in terms of those monthly payments, obviously there are times where there can be deductions that come off that.
Yes.
What typically, Sally, would be those deductions that you could expect?
So it would be like your mid-stay cleans for like your longer bookings that you've got in. They will be then charged to yourselves. If there's been any minor maintenance, you might need, your lock might have broken, and that's a bit more of an emergency. If a lock's been broken or anything like that, then that will be deducted. Any larger maintenance that we do need authority to go ahead and complete the works.
Things like gas safety checks.
Gas safety checks, EICRs, all things like that. Any if you've got a water tank in your apartment, they need inspections. And what we tend to do with them is if we tend to have multiple units in a building, we will just block book them. Yeah. We'll block a contractor out for 2 days, and then they'll all get done at once. So usually though it will go out before. Yeah. You'll get the heads up on things like that.
And from a pure taxation point of view, keep a record of those costs with it. One of the big benefits of service apartments, is a lot of people will probably already know, is that you can do those deductions when you submit your tax return at the end of the year. So keep a record of it. If you're not great at record keeping, we can help with that, where we can have the statements for the year. Really useful till so you've got it as well, but it's always better if you could try and do it yourselves a bit as well, and save a bit of money on the tax side of it at the end of the year as well. So hopefully you found that really interesting. If you do have any other questions that pop up, please do get in touch with a member of the team here at Guestz.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.